Hi there, my name is Brian, and I'm going to take you on a bit of a camera journey, just in case you're starting out your journey and you're trying to figure out which camera is good for you. I can't tell you that because I don't know what you're shooting, but I can tell you the journey that I went through. So my first camera was actually Micro Four Thirds. I bought a Panasonic GX1 back in the day. It was a 12 megapixel sensor. It was my first interchangeable lens camera. And while it had a lot of features that kind of blew my mind, the end results weren't what I was looking for. The pictures, to me, I just wasn't impressed. So I sold that camera right away and upgraded to APS-C. I went and bought a Rebel Canon T3, and then quickly after that I bought a T3i because I did like the ergonomics, and I did like the way the T3 shot pictures, and I did like having that bigger sensor. It made things a little bit easier. You know, and then over the years I had a few different Rebels, and I had some Nikon equivalents. D3200 was one I had a few of. And then I wanted to get more serious, so I went and bought myself my first full frame camera. I went and bought a Canon 6D. Guys, I loved it. That full frame that everybody brags about, it's all it's cracked up to be and more. It's absolutely beautiful. Easy to shoot, very easy to get blurry backgrounds. But I quickly realized I wasn't happy with the bulk, the weight, the size, the gear, the big bags I had to carry. I wanted to go back to something smaller, so then I actually dropped my Canon 6D in favor of the Sony A7. It was a very small body, actually smaller than some Micro Four Thirds cameras. And the kit lens wasn't too big, and I found it was absolutely beautiful for pictures, but it didn't have in-body image stabilization. It didn't have very great video codecs. It wasn't, other than being a good photo camera, it wasn't what I was looking for. So I ditched that again, went back to the Rebel line, and I had upgraded again to the Canon T6i and T6s, and those are great cameras. But again, the equipment was bulkier, it was heavier than I wanted it to be, so I went back to Micro Four Thirds. I thought I'd try the new technology, and I bought a Lumix G85. And wow, it had a lot of features that were just unheard of in any other manufacturer. But again, the end results, the pictures I was getting out of it, I wasn't happy with it. I found I had to work a lot harder to get a good quality picture than I did with the full frame or APS-C. So then I went back to Rebels. Just that APS-C was a happy medium, size, weight versus quality. But guys, I picked up a G9 in 2023. That's a Lumix. That's a Micro Four Thirds camera. 20 megapixel sensor. They increased the sensor resolution. They updated the technology a bit. I'm now in love with Micro Four Thirds. That's my journey. I'm right now shooting. This is on my G9, so I can't show it to you. But physically, the body is not much smaller. It's a big Micro Four Thirds camera. It's not much smaller, or it's actually probably bigger than my Rebels. But the lens size, guys, look at the lens difference. These two lenses are actually the same lens. They're the same focal length on the two bodies, but this one's like half the size and half the weight. And so that's where Micro Four Thirds makes the difference. You can throw a lot of lenses in place of one lens and just have more fun throughout the day. Another thing that I've come to really love about the Micro Four Thirds system over the other APS-C full frame cameras is that due to the physical characteristics of the camera bodies, you could actually take lenses from almost any other camera system. I could take my Canon lenses and put it on my Micro Four Thirds camera. I could take Nikon lenses and put it on my Micro Four Thirds camera. I could take 40-year-old vintage lenses from a Nolta, Vivitar, or whatever, put them on my Lumix camera. If you want to know more about that, I have a video right here talking about adapting cameras to your Lumix camera. Just take a look. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Please consider leaving a like. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. I read every single one of them. Take care, guys.